God gave you what you needed to get through the day, that's a blessing. When God gives you fresh mercy because God is faithful, that's a blessing. Any blessed folk in the house, you know God is blessing you every time I turn around. The Lord keeps blessing me. So that's what Lil Rel said. Best life, I'm living my blessed life. And when you live your blessed life, you don't trip over other folk as you go through your worst stuff. Let me read verse 4. And verse 4, man, it's a monster. Verse 4 is a beast. Watch verse 4. Verse 4 says, look at the proud. Look at Trump. Their spirit ain't right in them. So the folk you looking at, who it appears they getting away with stuff, that's just the outside picture. But God says on the inside, they can't sleep at night. That's why they tweeting at 3 o'clock in the morning. On the inside, they can't get their spirit is messed up. On the inside, they can't stand themselves. On the inside, they got issues. So quit tripping on them and don't let their issues become your issue. And then he says this. He says, because the just will live by faith. Oh my God. The just are going to live by faith. I'm talking too fast. The just, those who have been justified by God, are going to live. There's the word, live. The word live, etymologically, it will wipe you out. I've never looked it up until I got ready for it this week. I preached this sermon, this text before, but never this sermon. But this time I looked at this text and went in the Hebrew to look up the word live. It messed me up. The word live speaks of flourishing. The just shall flourish. He didn't shout. The just shall flourish in spite of seasons of frustration. The just shall flourish in spite of catching hail because they're empowered by heaven. The just shall flourish in spite of feeling their heart is broken, because if you give your broken pieces to God, God will put it back together. The just shall flourish. It's also used in Ezekiel 37:5 in the valley of dry bones, when the bones lived again, because the just shall live. It means when life knocks you down and folk write you off, God is still writing, because the just are going to bounce back. Anybody got to bounce back in them? Anybody got to come back in your spirit? The just shall come back by faith. Okay, I'm going to quit because I know what's happening, and that's why I love preaching here. I love it. I love this church. Y'all are so awesome because I'm preaching my heart out. And I'm giving y'all I got, trying to help y'all, and y'all sitting there, and so I thought you were just chillaxing. I know what you're doing. You're thinking. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, Freddie Haynes, what about Rashad? How did that conversation end up? You mean to tell me that Rashad just ended up in a broken state? Rashad just ended up hurting and heartbroken? I told y'all Rashad testified that he has found his calling through his season of darkness. I said, Rashad will tell me how that thing happened. He said, Uncle Fred, let me tell you what went down. When I got knocked back by that car and my camera broke, I thought everything was over, but I picked up the pieces of my camera and I said, God, what am I going to do? And that's when God says the camera is broken, but the film ain't. And so I took the film, watch this, into a dark room, and there in the dark room, I developed the film. And as I developed the film, the first shot or the last shot that came out was the shot I hadn't even taken. But when the camera hit the ground, evidently the ground pressed the button on the camera. It took a picture of the car that had knocked me back and had knocked the little girl down. And in the picture of the car is the driver's license of the one who had hit and run. And let me just let you know, his daddy is real rich. And because his daddy is real rich, I'm getting paid right now because his son thought he had gotten away. I think I'm going to give y'all a moment to shout right there. There's some folk who think they got away with their dirt. God ain't going to let them get away. God is going to have the last word. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. I will repay. He said, but Uncle Fred, that wasn't the one that got me. The one that got me was a shot I had forgotten I had because Dad and I in San Francisco, there is a mountain. And I forget the name of it, Mom, but it has a cross at the top of it. And the first picture on my roll of film, I was with my dad, and my dad was standing in front of the cross and pointing to it. And so I developed that film. And once I developed that picture, look what I saw. I saw the Father pointing to the cross. I'll give it to you one more time. Uncle Fred, I had tears well up in my eyes because the last picture I have of my dad is of my dad pointing to the cross. I think I'll shout for y'all since y'all didn't get that. But he simply said, I saw the Father, and the Father is pointing to the cross, and the cross lets me know it's going to be all right. Because at the cross, where I first saw the light and the burdens of my heart rolled away, it was there by faith I received my sight, and now I'm happy all the day. Oh, shucks, it's the first Sunday in the new year. I might as well go old Baptist preacher. He died on Friday. Didn't he die? He died from the 6th to the 9th hour. He died till the moon dripped in blood. I'm pointing to that cross because that cross is empty because they took him down from that cross. He stayed in the grave all night Friday. He stayed there all day Saturday. But early Sunday morning, God raised him from the dead. But guess how Rashad got the picture? He got the picture because what he had was broken. He then took the film into a dark room, and there in the dark, it got developed because God develops faith in the dark.